All right, here we go.
I am Batman. I'm Batman.
Actually, I'm Jason Todd, who wants to be Batman. Okay, fine. How's everybody?
Good. How are you?
Good. Most excellent.
I'm curious, because Jason Todd has a very sort of tragic, tortured backstory.
Of course, naturally.
The Red Hood.
That's why they asked me to play him.
Career. But this is, more of a lighthearted comedy because it's Lego.
Right.
But do you still take that in with you when you're playing Red Hood?
Well, you kind of have to. I mean, I argue that the Lego movies are harder than playing the actual character representation, because what you have to do is it's kind of like you have to paint all this realistic painting of the character, and then you have to take it and then you just paint watercolor over it, right? So I still have to be Jason Todd. I still have to have that sort of angst and everything, but it can't have the incredible depth and anger and seriousness and violence that it does in the comics. But since it's a Lego movie, you can replace that with humor. You can replace it with fun, that he's like, you never let me play video games, like, and just be angry, and why is he upset at Batman? And it resonates in a different way, but still for the same reason.
But I wonder if this one was like killed by the Joker at some point, or if like the Joker was just mean to him and said, you're not a good Robin or something.
Since I played the Lego Joker and Jason Todd in the Red Hood, I can tell you what happened. I'm kidding, but the Joker probably just made him feel really bad and just was socially. I think probably an online shame campaign. I think he probably deplatformed Jason Todd and canceled him at some point.
He unfollowed him on Instagram.
And it was terrible. He's like, then I'll just unfollow Jason Todd. No, dude, no, damn it. So yeah, that probably happened. That was the worst.
Was it a little bit intimidating to be the first person to portray the Lego Red Hood?
The only answer I could say to that is absolutely not, because I've always wanted to play Jason Todd. I've always wanted to play the Red Hood, and I'd like to play him in like a serious, movie. Like I just played the Joker in Batman Hush. I got to play the Lego Joker first, but I was like, I really want to play, because I love Jason Todd's story and how it's a sort of a grounded bitterness that we can all feel, like just having been dealt a crap hand, and then you feel awful about it, and then you spiral out because of that. And so it wasn't really. Lego movies, if they are too light all the time, I mean, you kind of miss the chance to invest in them. And the Lego movie is a great chance to have like a whole family watch it, and then if there's somebody in the family who's feeling bitter and somebody who's angst-ridden or whatever, they can see this kind of play out on the screen, and then at the end, when Batman and Jason kind of have a moment of reconciliation, they could possibly open that door in their own family. But if you just watch it in a piece of entertainment that just lets you escape, then you don't have that opportunity. So I like the fact that they were, had this angsty, sort of serious character, and especially for the first half of this movie, he's angry, he's out for revenge, and that's like real deal stuff. So I'm glad they got the chance to put that special sauce into this particular movie. I'm grateful for that, actually.
Comic mythology is so fascinating because, 80 years of Batman, but then you have characters like Jason Todd, who for a long time was just like the Robin everyone hated, was the Robin that died. But then years later, he becomes his own sort of. He has his own legacy and his own mythology. What do you think about that? How characters can exist this long?
I think that's part of any mythology. What you get is depending upon the times, depending upon the way the culture is at the time. Being the bad son meant something very, very different in the 50s, right? Being the bad kid of the family, the one that didn't grow up to be the doctor or whatever it was, had a whole bunch of mystique and a whole bunch of awful stuff associated with it. But then, in more recent culture, the idea that you don't have to be what everyone tells you have to be, and that can sort of be the anti-hero in a way, and we almost cherish that more these days. So I'd say it depends on when the myth is being told. You can tell the same myth and end up with a different hero.
Is it a challenge?
Ask away.
Is it a challenge? Because it is a Lego movie, and you're talking about a family. To kind of keep it where it's accessible and not let the dramatic part of it come into your voice a little bit.
Actually, a little bit, yeah. Because again, the voices are a little not they're not lighter versions, but they are in a sense not able to go to any of those dark places you want to scare the kids. But I mean, Jason Todd is full of angst, and while his voice sort of has this gravelly teenage timbre in this one, he's still upset, and you can kind of hear it, and it just sounds like he's not having it. And I think you can't play anything as if it's for kids. That's a huge mistake. It's a huge writing mistake. It's a huge acting mistake. If you treat the movie like it's for adults and kids and everyone, you're going to stay real and grounded as much as you can. What you'll find is that the adults get something out of it, the kids get something out of it, that everybody gets something out of the experience, and if it's less shallow, it's more valuable.
Bouncing off of that, I was covering the DC Superhero Girls panel. I saw you mention
Hal Jordan.
But also you talked about how you love that you had something to show to your own daughters. So
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, like my own daughters, we love to watch Lego movies together. It's so great. And just like DC Superhero Girls, anytime you can get something where everybody in the family watches it together, you've won.
Thanks, everybody.